Hi everyone, and welcome to Mike Rinaldi's latest publication, Rinaldi Studio Pro Technical Guide 01, all about chipping, reductive chipping, which we'll look at in just a moment. Now, for those of you who don't know who Mike Rinaldi is, as far as I'm concerned, he is the top of our modelling hobby. He's one of the main reasons why I've been good enough to win Best in Show at Telford, Best in Show at the Maffers, countless medals and awards, etc. for my builds, because of the way he coaches the process of modelling within our hobby. Now, Mike's been around for many a year. He used to be a car designer. He's certainly an artist. As I said earlier, one of the top modelers within our hobby. But most of all, he is an author. You may well remember Mike from his tank art series. He had 4 of these that he'd done. If we just have a quick look at the tank art 1, give you an idea, and the philosophy around Mike's work is the layering process. Building up all of the layers, create that illusion of time in your work, and creating a fantastic look on your models. Now, in the link descriptions below this video, you'll see I've put a link reference an interview that Mike did pre-COVID, and that will give you a little insight to Mike himself and his philosophy around our hobby, and what he's trying to do in help us push this hobby forward. Now, after the tank art books, Mike started to do the scale model guides. This one's the little Russian tractor, but he's also done one on the planes, the famous one for Bumba, and also with aircraft and Gunpla. So this is his latest series, which is the new series. This is designed for beginners, for intermediates, and for professionals alike. Anybody can pick this book up and use it. Now, why is it so small, everyone's been saying? Well, it may be small, but it's packing a punch. We've got nearly 300 plus pages. So there's plenty to look through, a lot of fantastic photos, and a lot of help and advice within the book. Now, 2 main reasons why it's the size that it is. There's my hand. It can fit onto your hand like that. The workbench, you can just open it up like that, and away you go, and you can have that as a helpful guide in front of you, whereas before, when you had something as large as this, you know, it's going to be taking up all that space. So that's one of the reasons why we're looking at the slightly smaller version. There's the scale models, as you can see, that is slightly smaller. So when you buy this and it's posted through the letterbox, expect a little book, which, like I said earlier, packs a lot of punch. Secondly, since Brexit, Trumpism, you'll all know within our hobby, it is an absolute nightmare to be able to send stuff around the world at a reasonable cost. So, as you can see here, we've got the ammo logo. So Mike's paired up with Mig. They're besties, so no issues there at all. And Mig's been kind enough to help him out doing the posting of this guide and his other books around the world. But if you live in the USA, obviously Mike will look after it from his home base in Portland in the US of A. Also, I'm sure you won't, but if you do ever get any issues with deliveries or anything like that, speak to Mike. Mike will sort everything out for you. Again, all of his links are below down in the description. So that's enough of the waffle. Let's have a look at the book itself. Like I say, mighty and meaty, packs a wonderful punch. Love this design. I'm sure I had a basketball vest back in the 70s with this colour and the stripe around. Very retro. Love this around the corner here. so tactile. It really is a nice book. There we go, TG01, Technical Guide number 1. On that, this is the beginning of a series. I think that the next one, the TG02, is going to be on OPR, which is the oil paint rendering. Let me just give you a little bit of background on the philosophy around this. As I said earlier, when we do work the Rinaldi way, we build up layers. We build up layers of... In my particular case, I do a lot of scratch work, I do a lot of damage, a lot of extras on my builds. Then we do the painting. After the painting, you're going to be looking at doing chipping, decals, pigments, mapping, OPR, oil paint rendering, all to build up those layers, to build up that process, to create a realistic example of what the larger model or the larger vehicle you're trying to build. So this technical guide will actually look at one of those layers, and in this particular case it's chipping. So don't expect to open up this book, see this wonderful, what we got here, an A6M30, and expect to see it completely finished. That's not the point of this book. This point of this book is to show you how to get the maximum part of the chipping process into your build as one of those layers going forward. So let's start at the beginning. This is awesome. I'm covering it up because I don't want people to be scanning off this review, but this is the QR code. Now this QR code will give you access to all of the videos, some at the moment, but in the future, all of the videos that Mike's been doing to produce this particular book. So all you got to do is scan that onto your phone or your QR code, whichever way you do it. I then emailed the link to myself and then opened up the link on my computer, and then as you can see here, we have access to all of Mike's videos regards the TG01. I think there's around about 13 at the moment, but Mike's some of these are raw, some of them are edited, but over the time you'll actually be able to get more and more videos uploaded. So it's sort of embryonic, and there'll be more meat to the bone as and when Mike gets around or has the time to be able to add to. So to me, that's the key to this book. This will give you the guide, give you some fantastic pointers on how to do the shipping process, but you cannot beat videos. I mean, it's there for all to see. So at the moment, you have absolutely hours that you can go through, look at the way Mike's been doing the processes, and help you with the chipping. Then we have the contents, which obviously we'll go through in a little bit more detail in a second. Mike's philosophy around the chipping. This is the good thing. We're not talking about sponge chipping or paint chipping, nothing like that. This is realistic chipping at its top quality. We're talking about hairspray. Here we go. We've got talking about hairspray. We're talking about chipping fluids. We're talking about salt chipping, masking fluids. All these different processes that allows you to create realistic chipping effects. Now, the name suggests reductive chipping. So what is reductive chipping? Well, Mike will go through all of this for you and describe and give you some ideas. But if we read it from the book, it is the process of painting layers of colour in a predetermined order, often using a medium in between that allows for outer layers to be removed, creating realistic chips effectively. And again, when we talk about that medium, we're talking about the salt, the chipping fluids, the hairspray, etc., etc. Mike will run through this with you. You've got the tools, you've got the different types of paints, you've got those mediums. And the great thing is Mike has put a lot of time and effort into the preparation. So there's a lot of test pieces in here. Not only does it give you really sexy photos of the chipping that he's done, but gives you an insight into his thought process and how he wants you to be able to learn and to benefit from this particular book. So the first few pages are all about his preparation work for doing the chipping within this book. one thing you may well have already noticed, we're not just looking at armour here. We're looking at planes. We're looking at civilians. And as you'll see here, we're looking also at railroad. We got the mecha. We got the gunpla. So there's everything here to help the majority of us, whatever particular area that we like to specialise in, to help us do with our chipping. So let's have a quick look in a little bit more detail. Now, here we have the DAC Rad. Basically, the look Mike's after here is, as you may or may not know, a lot of the vehicles that went to North Africa at the very start of the conflict from Germany were in the Panzer Grey. Whatever light paint they had to hand, a lot of the times they even just used sand and water just to sort of tone that grey look down, and obviously that will get baked in the sun, and over time it will get chipped and worn down. So that primarily is the look that Mike's looking to do in this particular example. But the joy of this is the way it's been designed, because you will have this wonderful key of circles that runs through the whole of this book. If you have a look at the top of the pages, it's all there each time. And basically what these circles are doing, Mike's letting you know what paint he first laid down, what chipping medium he then did, paint layer again, maybe another paint layer, maybe it was another chipping layer. But all of that is explained in this simple little diagram which is on each page for you. So as I said from the start, this doesn't have to be for professionals. It can be for beginners. It's so beautifully designed, so easy to follow. It's a fantastic way of actually doing it. So here we have some pictures again that will show and help you with the process, as you can see here with the atom paints. Also some of the tools that he's using as well. Photos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then that runs into 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I like these numbers. I think they're fantastic, nice and bold, very sexy. Again, the keys up here. But what you also have is the description from Mike, from what he's doing, the effect he's thinking about, his thought process, and sharing. And this is the fantastic thing about Mike. Mike doesn't keep anything back. He will let you in on everything he is trying to achieve. He wants you to improve. He wants you to be winning tournaments and competitions. And he'll do everything he possibly can to help you do that within his books. So not only do you have all of this description here, the photos showing you, so if you want to, I mean, if this was me, I'm going to be copying this. I'm going to be trying to create all of this wonderful scratches and this particular look that Mike's achieved here. And I'm going to want this on my model. So I'm going to be copying this, you know. But if that isn't enough for you, as I said earlier, you've got the QR code. You can then access the videos as well, and you can see Mike doing it there. So, you know, it's absolutely wonderful, this book. Like I say, it may be small, but it absolutely packs a punch with all the information. So we've got a few more tanks. We've got the Crusader, we've got the KV2, we've got the T55. I'll just show you some final pictures. I mean, look at that. I mean, you've got multi-layered chipping there, you know, so it's fantastic opportunities. Now, I'm not a wingy person, so a lot of this doesn't mean anything to me. What I will say is that Mike's chosen primarily airplanes that may well have served over in the Pacific Theatre, rather than your sort of Spitfires and your Messerschmitts, purely and simply because they're good examples of where you can do the chipping. So you've got your 0, you got the other 0 there. If I just go to the back page here, there you go. If you want chipping, you can't get much better than that. So again, he'll go through all of those processes. Now, one of the other chapters that I like is the commercial vehicles. So here we got the tractor. We go into detail on that. We've got the roller. So here we're going away from our usual greys and sand colours, etc., that you may expect on our armoured vehicles. but now we're going for the sort of greens, the reds, the commercial look that you're going to be getting on those. And not only have you got that, we've got the old truck here. It's got some really, I mean, look at that. That's so sexy. Look at that, beautiful photos. And this, guys, is the, and girls, this is the look that you too can achieve using this particular book and videos. Now, the great thing here is the rolling stock. You don't often find this in manuals. So we've got all of the graffiti. Again, he's showing you how to chip this. Again, I can't stress this enough. You are not looking at a book that is going to show you from point A to point Z, giving you a complete overhaul of your model. This is specifically looking at a certain layering process, and in this case it's the chipping process, and this will all be mapped out for you. So then we move on to the mecha and the gunpla. We've got a little mouse there. The lair, again, very sexy, this one, as you can see there. Got some nice photos, and again Mike will show you the weathering processes here. And then we've got the big guy at the back here, the Psycho Zacko 2. There we go. More processes on our little tank Roku. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so again, we've also got the Machina Krieger at the back here as well. So lots there for you guys in the sci-fi world as well. One thing here that we've been trying out, or Mike's been trying out, is the hand painted look as well, and how you can chip that. So you don't have to always be doing airbrushing. You can be working on the hand painted side of it as well. So, you know, all genre, or pretty well much all genres, all ways of painting, hand painting, airbrushing. Mike is there to try and help you with the chipping particular section of the process. And at the back here we got some final sexy photos as well. So there we go, fantastic book. Retails, depends what part of the world you're in, but you're probably going to be looking around the 50 quid mark shipped. And to be perfectly honest with you, that's probably the cost of a decent kit now, which you're going to just add to your stash and probably never ever get around to building. So maybe this Christmas or whenever you decide you've got to spare a few pennies in your pocket, go out, order this book up, order up some more in the series, and this will help you create these wonderful, beautiful models that Mike's here to help you out with. Certainly will take you up to the next level, wherever you are, from beginner to professional. The book is so beautifully designed, as I said, so tactile. It's practical, it's nice and chunky, and it really does pack a punch. And don't forget, you've got all of those videos on the computer as well. So as far as I'm concerned, this is highly recommended. So there we go, guys. Thanks very much indeed for your time today, and in the meantime, happy modelling.